So, all right. So you can see this Blitz practice. Each slide will have very short input data. The exercise, the classroom you're in, something you can see on the table, and you see the question like, what will you do? Imagine that you have a P4C session, or you have, I don't know, a math lesson or a science lesson, but you have this 10-15 minutes in the beginning, and you can use it for this inquiry, little inquiry part. And actually, you always can do it from scratch, to work with what happens right here and right now. Let's try. And you'll have 8 minutes to work with us, like as we are at the classroom, your classroom, with the input data you have, and 2 minutes of feedback. So yeah, I would like to have more, of course, but yeah, we need to let you go in time. Oh, sorry, who is a fan of maths? Is that so? I know the part for the room for Bernard and for Nina. So Carmen and Nastaran. Is there anyone who likes mathematics? No, Carmen. Not so much. Okay, Carmen. Maybe it may help you love it, or you really understand children. So let's start with you. So imagine you enter your maths class, with really young children, and you see the following on the board. What will you do?
So the 8 minutes start now, right?
Yeah, you can take a minute to think. Yeah, of course. And
so I need to get like, so I'm the teacher who walks into this, and then that's kind of like a stimulus for me
do
to
with it. Yeah, use it for your 10 minutes inquiry with us. So actually, you can ask us whatever you want. Yeah,
with the class.
just think.
So I'm just gonna go from the top of my head, and we'll see where this ends up. I'd like you all to think about what is 1 + 1. Can you tell me that? What is 1 + 1?
2.
2. Okay. So imaginary like board. Okay, I'll write down 2. Do we all agree? Sorry?
Yeah, I can add it. So here I can add Nina's answer.
Yeah. Is there anyone else who thinks it's 2? No, Marcel, I see you.
No, one and one is clearly 3.
3, okay.
Okay, can you see Bernard?
Yeah, Bernard?
Yeah.
Well, why are the other number sentences on the board if it's 2?
Yep. But do you think it's 2, or do you think it's another number?
I think it's 2, but now I'm confused.
That's okay. That's perfectly fine. Nastaran.
I can change my answer, can I?
Sorry?
I want to change my answer.
Oh, yeah.
I think it's 11.
11. Very well. Okay. Nastaran, do you have any that you agree with?
I also want to say that it's 11, not 2.
Okay, 11.
Yeah.
So, as you can see, we have all of these different answers. We have 2, we have 11, we have 3. Is there any way to find out if there is even one correct answer?
I don't know, but I know it's not 3.
Okay, you know it's not 3. And how do you know that?
Because if you would, for instance, have 1 apple and you would have another apple, you don't have 3 apples.
Okay.
And if you put the numbers together next to each other, you also don't have 3.
No.
That's how I know
exactly.
It's
not... So you make a diversion between the actual numbers and the object itself. Yeah, Marcel?
May I object? Because you look at it way too literally, Nina. So 1 + 1 is 2. I disagree. 1 + 1 is 3. That's an expression for whenever more than one person meet. So two people, you can't meet on your own, of course. So when two persons meet, then there's some added value to whatever they discuss, right? So they bring in the one perspective and the other brings their perspective, and the two, 1 and 1 is 3. That's an expression, and the expression means that there's an added value when you have a group of people. So don't take it too literally.
I agree with that, but we're in math class now, and then we're not talking about perspectives, right? We're talking about numbers.
What about the glasses then, when it comes to perspectives?
Glasses. Okay, yeah, that's a good point.
We're in a philosophy class, not a math class.
No, we're in math.
Oh, we add.
We know that.
But then, Nina, is there any way for math to correlate or coincide with philosophy or another subject?
Yes, of course, there is.
Okay. Okay.
But when
So
you
let's
look
go.
at the numbers, which is what math is for,
Mm-hmm.
then I say
like,
no,
yeah.
but
I think
can't see
you
myself
addressed this solution, I think, from at least one of the perspectives. You have a very clear set perspective, so it's good. It's good that we have that. I see Anastasia has her hands raised.
I have my Evrika. I'm in the shop, in the chocolate shop, and if I buy 2 chocolate bars, I will get 3. So then it's mathematics, but it works perfectly when it comes to different offers.
I don't understand.
I buy 2 chocolate bars, but I get 3. 1 as a present. It's
Oh, okay.
one
Yeah.
chocolate shop.
See, that's what I mean.
Yes, and there is a lot. There is a lot of calculation behind it, because it should be profitable, still profitable for the one who offers, this chance, and for one who buys. So like win-win.
Yeah. Okay, so we now have heard how all of these 3 equations can be true, can be real. What does that tell us? Can we use this for another scenario, for another kind of experience that you've had, or?
Well, what it tells me is that context is really important. That you need to know what you're talking about in order to get the right answer.
Mm-hmm. But is there such, this is for everyone, is there such a thing as the right answer in this specific scenario?
In a math class, I think there is, or at least, any teacher teaching math assumes that there is one right answer, but there's many ways of how to get to the answer.
Yeah.
But that's most likely not the purpose of this Blitz philosophical session.
Well, I think it's definitely a answer. But we've seen that one of you has written down 1 + 1 is 3. One of you agrees with 1 + 1 is 11.
We haven't heard that one, have we? Nastran, why is it 11?
Sorry, excuse me.
Why is 1 and 1 11?
1 and 1, because there is 2 1. So it would be 11.
Are you sure you passed your thesis?
My thesis is not related to math.
That explains a lot, yes.
I guess that Nastaron works with really very, very young children, and they just learn different combinations. And that's a math class. Everything is all right.
Yeah, in math class, they always do like this, 1 and 1.
Like tens and ones, the place you place it. Yeah, that is what's important, and you can teach it like that. So I would like to add one more thing. What if we think about different systems of calculation, and it's something that fits in within maths class, or I don't know, IT class? So 1 plus 1 can't be 2 because we don't have this number in the calculation system. We have only ones and zeros. And
Sorry,
then we have
time's
to
up.
code it differently. Yeah. Okay.
Sorry, time is up. I had to warn you, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
sure. Ring a bell, ding ding, the class is over.
Yeah.
Okay,
I'm
what
sorry.
can you do? What can you say? Yeah, living Carmen's little.
That was so stressful.
You did
That
it.
really was. Yeah, I'm glad for all of your contributions. That was very, very helpful.
Okay, anything you'd like to tell Carmen when you go? When you leave the classroom?
She can't do math.
Anything that we would like to tell Carmen?
Yeah.
Mm.
Any thing you can do differently, you can add your conclusion, whatever you want to share, very quickly.
Maybe ask more questions. So why do you think that is the case? Could you give examples, elaborate? But my interpretation is that you really felt the stress of having to carry this on for 8 minutes. Is that correct?
Yeah, without like, how do you call it? Preparation.
Yeah, without preparation.
Yeah. Now you can be spontaneous as well. Yeah, you can ask more questions, like even if you don't have a ready-made plan and you wonder, you can enter and really wonder, like, what do I have here? Okay, let's investigate. Yeah, maybe you don't have any answers yet, but yeah, you can ask for, and maybe, yeah, can we erase 3 or write one more quotient and write 5? Yeah, and as far as we noticed, we were in the chocolate shop, we were at the kindergarten, yeah, in the IT class, and you can suggest to teleport, yeah, or you can see these glasses, actually, disciplinary glasses. So maybe, okay, is there a biologist, yeah, here, or is there a parent, yeah, is there someone else, and so what do you see then? Yeah, so just yeah, play a bit more. Yeah. don't be afraid to play. Okay, so should we move on, or
Yes,
yeah,
time
okay.
is up. Yeah.
So the next one, oh, I'm putting stars. I don't know how to move. 1 second. How can I do that? Like here? Yeah, help. Yeah. The story. So the story for Nina, this is your classroom. Yeah, as far as you loved and enjoyed stories. Maybe you got prepared a little bit, or it's just something that caught your eye, yeah, before the lesson, the reading class, and you decided to read children only the first part of the story. And you have it here. 5 friends got lost in the forest. The first one said, I would go left, it feels right. My heart whispers to me. The second friend answered, and I would go right because what is right must be right. The third one interrupted, I would go straight. When you go straight, you always achieve what you wanted. The fourth friend continued, and I would go back, trying to recognize the path we got here and find my way home. You are all wrong, exclaimed the last one.
Okay, here we go. So my first question is, who do you agree with? Nastaran, who do you agree with?
That all are right. No, I don't. I'm not agree with all of them. I'm not agree with the last one, but I agree with some of them.
You agree with some of them?
With some of them, but with the fourth friend, I'm not agree with that one.
I'm sorry, can you repeat?
I'm not agree. I'm not agree with the fourth friend that he said that continue go back. But I'm not agree also with the last part that they say that you are all right.
And if you would have to pick one that you fully agree with, which one would you choose? Which one would you support the most?
I don't know. I like the third one that say that I would go straight.
Okay, and why would you like to go straight?
Because I don't know, for me it's a little bit not changing the way is I'm not connecting with the story. I connected with my person. I would like to go straight and then I will find a way. I don't want to change the way I have. And of course, I would never ever back and see again.
Okay. Fernand, what do you think of that answer? Do you agree? Do you disagree?
I disagree with that.
Can you
Well,
explain why?
So I wouldn't go straight. So I think going straight already left you in the wrong spot and got you lost.
Mhm.
So I'd say that they're all wrong.
Okay.
I'd do something else too.
And do you have an idea of what else?
Yeah,
could be?
I would climb a tree.
Oh, okay. That's
And
very smart.
Yeah, look for a view.
Look for a view. Carmen, what do you think of that?
I think that's a smart move, yeah. But it might be that you're not able to reach the top, so it's not a very reliable one, perhaps. Yeah.
So if there wouldn't be a tree around, it would just be the plain fields. What would you do, Carmen?
Well, I mean, you're not. Are you lost then? If you can just see all the like 360 all the way.
You're in very high grass, so you can't really see around you.
I mean, if it's, I'd probably go back because if it's tall grass, you're usually able to track your path where you walked.
Okay, so Nastaran would go straight, Fernand would do something else, Carmen would go back. Marcel, what would you do?
Yes, you have clearly missed the point of my geocaching session. So I would get out my telephone, switch on GPS, and find my way back.
And what if there's no surface?
There
Or
is
what if your
service.
phone dies?
There is service, and my phone does not die.
Well, what if I tell you it's not?
Then I take your phone.
Okay. Imagine
Oh, you give up.
Imagine that button that you sent into the group chat.
Yes.
And someone has pressed it right before you realize you got lost. So there are no phones anymore.
Oh, that's a
What
good
would you
one.
do?
It's a good one. You're smart, Nina. What I would do then, I'd listen to Anastasia.
Okay, Anastasia.
Who told you I got lost with you in the forest? I really like Bernard's idea, but still I don't think that the fact that his idea is somehow smarter than maybe, a bit more beneficial than the others, that all the others are wrong because of that. So I would rather ask what I'm wondering right now, if there is a better way, does it mean that all the rest are bad and not working at all? If we have the best, does it mean that all the rest are wrong, or it may be
I really like your suggestion, and that brings me to my next question. Imagine that you are this group of people and you are going to have to make a choice.
Yeah, 5 of us.
How will you do this? How will you make the choice on where to go?
Obviously, we divide.
So you would all go different ways.
But that's not safe, actually.
Oh.
Restaurant?
No, I also want to say that that's not safe. So that is the best way, that just go and be brave and find a way.
But what
And
is that way? How will you find that way?
Trust yourself.
And trust Nastaran. Yeah, she can inspire us to go straight and not, not to give up.
Yeah.
Yes, but there's an intriguing last sentence here. You are all wrong, exclaimed the last one. The assumption is that this is the knowing person of the bunch of people that got lost in the forest, right? Because you're all wrong suggests that he or she knows that they're all wrong. It's not just an opinion.
Mm-hmm.
So should we turn to that person and let that person tell us why we're all wrong?
And maybe there's more going on. because we've only just read the first part of the story. Carmen, what do you think will happen next in the story?
I think that maybe all the friends, they still disagree with each other, and they do actually split up. Not necessarily like one-on-one, but maybe two go together and the other ones.
Okay, so
No.
you think they'll split up. Nastran, what do you think will happen next in the story?
Maybe if I go to the last one who say that, exclaim that they are all wrong, maybe he or she is, they thinks that they don't lose, you know, that they are going the right way.
Okay, so you
That's
think
why,
that by following the last person, they will eventually find their way back?
yeah, maybe knows that they didn't lose, you know that?
Mm-hmm. Okay. Marcel, do you have a different idea than that's already been mentioned?
Yes, I fear that whenever I answer, you will see that I either trust in authority or that I trust in authority or that I trust in technology. So I'm afraid I don't know.
You can ask Bernard because he was silent for a while.
Yes.
Yeah, he was next on my list.
Yeah.
Maybe he's the one who said that we're all wrong.
Yeah.
He is. Yeah. So Bernard, what do you think will happen next in the story?
Maybe he's gonna, the last person is gonna tell us that we're already arrived on our destination.
Oh, that's very interesting.
Are you that last person, Bernard? Should we listen to you, oh master?
Yeah. Well, not today. Not today.
Okay.
Maybe in the
up.
next Blitz session.
Okay. Time's up. 8 minutes have passed. Anastasia, are you still there?
Yeah, of course, I'm here. So I really like that, Nina, you linked, you didn't ask just the next person, what do you think, or which answer will you agree with or disagree with, but you asked each time to correspond the previous answer from the group. Yeah, that was really very good, I think. So we really connected and answered to each other, agreed or disagreed or chose something else, but thinking and taking into consideration what was said. That was really very good. Okay. And actually, the last one was Bernard, and in the story, the last one climbed a tree. But that's not the end of the story. I will leave the intrigue. I will send you the text. It's not very long, but I won't read it right now. I think you would really enjoy the end of the story. So you can answer in our chat if you'd like to give a comment. I would be glad to hear. Okay, the next one, right? So the next one is for Bernard. So a fan of logic. Actually, you can see, I will erase 1 second here. You can see your arguments on the board. The very first task, we didn't work through. It was your training, just a way to be creative, but we didn't exchange the answers. So that's something that you maybe work with a bit older students, and that's something that you have on the walls in your classroom after given task, or maybe you received some paper answers. What will you do next? So you have 4 arguments. Why is a video camera the most important thing in the universe?
So, wow, that's a very interesting statement or question, isn't it? And we can see 4 different arguments for that. And I'd like I'd like you to read all of them and make a decision on which of the arguments you think is the strongest argument. So we can go over them together. So a video camera is the most important thing in the universe because it provides us with the possibility to record the past. This gives us the possibility to make sure that whatever happened truly happened. You know, because right things can be made up and can be more prone to subjectivity. Who agrees with this?
Well, just a statement in general, yes, but I'm not sure if it would be my answer because I don't know the rest yet.
Okay. Since we only have 8 minutes, I thought maybe this could be a good place to start. But you know, okay, that's good that you mentioned it. And we just can go through the rest of the arguments. So the second argument is that video cameras provide us with the possibility to record whatever has ever happened, so we do not forget the beautiful memories of our events. If they were not here, then we would never be able to relive a certain event in great detail. Next, because of video cameras, we are able to create content that we can spread across the globe. But it can be used wrongly and used for opposition and opposite reasons, for instance, by making propaganda. This gives the people in charge of the camera huge responsibilities. And lastly, a video camera is the most important thing in the universe because we are finally able to connect with each other in a different way than face to face. So we can connect with people that are on the other side of the globe. Beautiful, right? And look at these Corona times. I mean, without cameras, we'd be writing letters and we'd be miles away from each other. Now, all we have to do is turn on our cameras and enjoy each other's company. So let me change the question here a little bit. We've heard these 4 arguments. Do you agree with me that a video camera is indeed the most important thing in the world? Nasran, do you agree?
That is the most important thing, or should I choose one of them?
No, like did these arguments convince you that the video camera is?
No, I wouldn't say that the video camera is really most important thing. To be honest, there are a lot of things that could be most important than video.
Okay, and so why? So you think there are things that are more important in the universe?
Yeah, that is all of this that here is mentioned that is positive, and also we could live even without video camera, and we had it, I think, 20 years ago or 30 years ago. Was not digital, everything was not digital like today, so we live and we were happy. So it's not really, I say that without video camera, maybe nowadays would be a little bit difficult because we are used to do that, but it's not really the first thing and the most important things. And
so you say these arguments, I mean, they make sense, but video camera, we can still do without video camera.
The last one, I agree with the last one, for example, because it connects people to each other better from around the world, and then people can get the news from each other, and I agree with the last one. But if I want to compare, for example, if we have, I cannot say that as an example, compare it, for example, with another things in the universe, I cannot say that, for example, video is the most important things in the universe. We have many things that can be better than this one, and is most important, video.
All right. Who agrees to Nasran? The video camera is not the most important thing in the universe. Okay, and Marcel, can you explain why? Or do you share Nasran's opinion? Can we do without video cameras?
I think the implication of this argument is that if the video camera is the most important thing in the universe, that before there were video cameras, the universe lacked some kind of importance. And I think, so if you turn it around, see? So I don't think that that is the case. I think generations before us have lived without a video camera and did not feel that anything seriously important was missing in their universe, I reckon. Because we don't see these paintings on rocks of people painting themselves with an exclamation mark and where's our video camera? No, we see paintings on rocks where people are hunting bisons, for instance. So I think it's just one of the other things that have come into our lives in the recent 40 or 50 years. So
do you think then that that the most important thing in the universe can't be something that has not always existed?
Indeed, yeah, I do think so. Yeah.
Who agrees with Marcel?
So it's
so who
random,
agrees with Marcel, who says that the most important thing in the universe can't be something that has not always existed, like a video camera that's only existing for 50 years.
Yeah, or a submarine for that matter.
Well, my problem with this is that we've discussed that there is like a different, there's a variety of what a universe actually is. So it could be smaller, it could be more local, or it could be, you know, the vast entire universe. So I think that for sure in a universe, a being, whether it is like a smaller type of, or just only human related, or truth seeking related, in that kind of universe, a video camera might be the most important thing, because you can actually document what is actually happening. For example, with if rhinos are being killed or slaughtered. Where I'm thinking of, if we would live here in Europe without video cameras, I think that a lot of issues in the world would not be, yeah, and I wouldn't say believed, but it wouldn't be taken as serious, because there's no evidence for it, only other than written statements, or you have to see it for yourself. So you have to actually travel to another part of the world to see it. So I think in that kind of universe, it could be the most important thing.
If you believe that what is being captured on video is real, but we now have deep fake. So who knows whether it's real? So, and with that argument, there's already no longer a foundation for saying that it is the most important thing in the universe, because it can be used for manipulation. So,
right.
Oh, time's up.
Oh, Nina.
Time's up. I'm sorry.
Bell.
Okay, Nina can give you her feedback.
Well, I really like that you, because there is no preparation, that you just went with your gut and that you changed the question. And I think that ended up being a very interesting conversation. So yeah, I think you did that very well.
So Bernard is good at spontaneity, right? He did it.
Yep.
Okay, I would add that, sometimes when you are very short in time, and maybe it's even better at first to spot problems. So you ask to identify the best answer. That's a bit better when you have short answers. Yeah, little ones. And then, yeah, you go on with the discussion, add content, and so on. When you have written down, and especially a bit extended, arguments, and generally quite persuasive, you can ask the opposite. So where do you see, is there a problem with the argument? Which one? Yeah, anyhow, do you see any problems with it? Then you work a bit deeper on internal criticism, and maybe a bit on logic. And of course, you will have interesting discussions around these problems as well. That's just another way to do it, and a recommendation you can try next time. Okay, and the last one. So Nestoran, the last classroom is yours. I will erase my stars and switch on. No, not like this. Hey. So you enter your maybe history, maybe science class, as you wish, and see a number of colorful play cards on one of the desks. So you can see like water, tree, sheep, tree, stone, air, fire, stone. Yeah, and the kind of combinations of them, or they are just scattered. So what will you do with them?
So how many we are? We are 5. You are 5 except me.
Yeah.
So we have 1, 2, 3, 4.
You can do
Because
an
I want to ask pick each of you one of them.
Have you started?
Yes, you can start it. So
have you
maybe, may
started?
you please, each of you choose one of them.
Okay.
one card or a pair of cards? What
Pair cards.
Okay.
Did you? Or
Yes, yes, I've chosen.
so Nina, which one you chose?
Fire and stone.
So what do you see? How you can connect this photo together?
Well, I was thinking of survival. And when I want to survive, I think fire is very helpful. And the stone would be nice to carve some sort of weapon out, maybe. That's why I chose it. I think it's practical.
Is it practical? But do you think also they are also connect to each other to make, for example?
Well, you can make, if you have the right stone, you can make a fire. Like with the fire stones, creating sparks. Do you mean that, or?
Yeah. And then Carmen, sorry, I'm not really maybe good to present today, but if you need, you can also help me. Carmen, which one you chose?
I chose the one with the rock, and it's the sky, right, or the clouds? Which one of them?
I think this cloud.
Yeah,
the
the written
sky.
word is air, but you can
Oh, air, yeah.
you can use it like wind or clouds as you wish.
Yeah, but then yeah, I'd say the sky, so the
Okay,
air and
yeah,
the stone.
sky, yeah.
Yeah.
And how you can connect this together?
I think they're kind of like the opposite. So you have one that's always grounded, like stone and rock, and then you have the air space. So it's the opposite elements.
So you don't see any connection between them?
Well,
And
they're
come on
connected by
with them.
the differences, I guess. They're completely opposite to each other. So I think that's
And how about Bernard? Which one you chose?
Yeah, I also went for the fire and stone. And I think there's a lot of connection between fire and stone. I mean,
What
usually
else you see?
in stone, in rocks you can find minerals and other resources, natural resources like coal, etc. Or I don't know, maybe even iron, and you can melt those rocks and then you can contract those.
And do you see any connection between Carmen's photos and the photos that you chose?
Well, we both picked a rock, but yeah. Is there a connection? Well, you need air to make fire, so I guess that they are connected in that way.
So for making the fire, you need air.
You need air, otherwise you don't have fire.
And also a stone, rocks.
Yeah, you need a spark, and you can make the spark with the rocks.
And how about Anastasia or Marcel? Which one did you choose? The same photos or?
I chose a tree and a sheep, and I was thinking about making a cozy bed. So I can use wood, or even wooden sticks, some branches to make a bed to protect from the ground. And I also can use some wool or skin of the sheep to make it even softer and warmer. So that's my invention.
Do you see any connection between them? More connection between them?
Living things. They can grow. And people can take care of them.
And the last question I want to ask Marcel, how you can connect all together?
I like
Oh,
it.
that's thank you for asking me the easiest question of all. Well, you can very easily connect them all together just by wrapping them up, and then you have a deck of cards. But that's how they connect.
I have them here.
See, we did not prepare this, Anastasia, did we?
Performance. So action works as well, not only concepts.
No, but I have absolutely no clue other than that I'm thinking of the game of Catan, which reminds me of this deck of cards. And I would have also chosen, so I'm forgetting your question, Nasran. I would have also chosen fire and stone, and for various reasons. Fire, the mastery of fire was the beginning of civilization. And this is a history class, right? So, and that compares to the rock, because the rock represents nature, and fire represents the mastery of, mastery of fire represents the beginning of civilization. If you can master the fire, then you know how to cook, you know how to scare off dangerous animals, you know how to warm yourself during cold periods of the year. And there's multiple other usages of fire that you can think of. So I think fire is the opposite of just being exposed to mere nature. It's the beginning of culture, actually. So it's nature versus culture. But how they all connect, I don't.
I haven't here to connect all of them, actually.
We already have,
Yeah, and I'm thinking about, again, like literally putting things together, how they can be helpful, like step by step, maybe.
Did you say
I don't know it's like inventing something else. I don't know the English word. I even tried to look it up in the dictionary. So you can create fire with a spark, and you need air, and then you can use some sticks in order to create this structure. So you build it so that you can cook a sheep over the fire. You can turn it. So it's a skewer or a spit. Yeah, something that you can turn and bake meat. Yeah, that's something we can do out of all these things. A nice ancient supper.
What about the water? There's also water, right?
I think the other one is water.
Water is the beginning of everything. Right? Without water, there's no life.
And may I ask one question from you, Anastasia? When you choose this photo, for example, if you want to teach, and then should just use the photos, or we can also ask children to read it and tell something about the photos, because definitely would be some information about each photos there.
You mean you see that there is something written on the papers? It depends on again, as usual, on your aim. So at first you can use only the pictures, and looking at the words the way you did. So actually you involved some science knowledge, about nature, and a bit, we started to talk about culture and nature, about first human inventions, or something that helped them develop culture. And then here in these cards there is something written about ancient people, so then you can read it as well. Why not? But I really like the way you implemented it.
Me too.
So, and then you can give the information you were like that was prepared. So something about natural laws. The way water, fire, air, work together. Or something about stones, a bit deeper and more, something that Merdon mentioned. You can speak about inventions, the history of inventions, and about the way first people lived and how different their world was. And you also worked on logic, this connection. Do they have anything in common? Are there any cause and effect connections, oppositions, and trying to connect all together? I really liked it, actually.
And
Okay.
what is the name of this deck? Because maybe I try to find the English.
Yeah, so the
version
name
of
of
it.
the game is like Inventarium. So it's about the idea is that the game is about inventions, and that's the 0 level. Then there are 6 levels in this game. So yeah, and you can start with the first one. Yeah, then you can add the second level, and then you go up to modern inventions.
Okay.
Yeah. So yeah, that's the game.
Yes. Thank you.
All right. So
We have some time for feedback. Very brief. I liked it very much, Nasran, despite the fact that you thought it was scary to do, because you said something about that you were not sure how well you were as a teacher, but you were very calm. You stayed very
Thank
calm.
you.
And you just thought about a next question coming up. So
Thank you.
well done.
Thank you.
and you all managed to be spontaneous. So now you can do philosophy not only when you are very well prepared, and I think that's even more important. Yeah, that you can really notice something and do it maybe shortly. Yeah, so sometimes it was like yeah, real philosophy. Of course, it's a bit later. Yeah, it's somewhere there, but at the same time, when you start with these inquiry things, it's already somewhere around. Yeah, it's always working on thinking. Yeah, and before you just feed, yeah, again, children with information. So the last question I would like to ask you, you didn't have it in the form. Would you like to have a bigger group, or you were really comfortable being in a very private group? What do you think?
For what? To teaching or?
Yeah,
No,
for our
Having this
course.
course.
I think
Oh,
at the beginning, for me personally, it felt like it was too little. But once we, or at least I got into the flow of philosophizing and getting used to this group of people, I think I actually prefer a smaller group. Yeah.
I fully agree. I think that's also what I suggested in the form. I think if there would have been more of an introduction, that we would have like would have made the actual start a bit easier, at least for me. And I agree with Carmen that it's really nice, like because the group is so small, you're really forced to talk, to put yourself out there and to not overthink it, but to just start sharing your ideas and then see whatever comes out of your mouth. So that's what I really like about this group site. Like you can't just sit back and expect others to talk because there are not that many others, so you have to participate.
Yeah. Okay, and Bernard, what about you? Because I see that, yeah, you, Nastaran, you wanted to say something too.
Yeah,
Bernard, go and I will say.
I prefer a smaller group too.
Mhm.
Makes it also possible to connect more. So yeah, I like that very much.
Okay, and Nastaran?
I agree with the small group because of the time we had and because all of us we want to talk, but I also prefer maybe 2 or 3 more to have more diversity and maybe more different cultural, or that we cannot choose participant, but it would be better to different views. And yeah, because but according to the time, it's okay. But if we consider the time, for example, a little bit longer, I would really prefer to have 2 or 3 more,
Mhm.
to have more
Mhm.
diversity, to see different views.
Bernard?
Well, you do have the option of breakout rooms, I guess, right? So
Yeah.
I mean, since it's the 2 of you, you could potentially invite more students, a few, like what Nasran said, because you would still
Yeah.
be able to host and to manage small groups,
Yes,
two small
and
groups.
initially we had a few more people that were interested, but due to issues of time difference, they unfortunately could not attend. So Alessandra Bremer was interested, Feiyan Xu was interested,
Yeah.
but they used to live further away, at least, Alessandra. But, so that's also an issue that we have to think about, Anastasia, time difference.
And one good news, we will send you the certificates Yeah, they are virtual, but I think that's would be really nice for you to have, and you can add it to your portfolio as well. So that's it, I guess.
Yes, that's it. And please remember that by the end of this year or early 2022, we will send you an invitation for, yeah, how should we call that? A reminder session. So this is a goodbye, but not a farewell yet. Okay.
And we will create the folder with the materials. Yeah, so we just need to
Yes,
sometimes
that is.
put everything together. Yeah, we'll do it, Nastaran. We do remember.
I really want
And
that.
don't hesitate to ask anything, to share, yeah, whatever you want, either privately or in our group. So we don't close it. You're very welcome to communicate, yeah, with each other and with us. Bernard.
Yeah, well, I wanted to propose something because I like to philosophize very much as well, just in my everyday life, but sometimes I drive the people that are close to me a little bit crazy. And so what I wanted to propose was maybe to have like, oh, can you still hear me?
Yes, we can. Yes, we can still hear you.
Okay. So my screen froze for a while there. Maybe a monthly evening whatsoever about a certain topic to philosophize. I don't know about you, but for me, sometimes I just like what I said, like the people that are close to me are not always interested in 2-hour-long discussions or conversations about a certain topic.
About the most important thing in the universe, right?
Yeah. For instance, and they're like, okay, now I know. Like now I know.
On one condition, I would agree, Bernard. Only if it's on the Red Square in Moscow.
Oh wow.
So,
I don't think that it would be the best condition for me. I like your proposal, Bernard.
Can we think about it?
Yeah, no, sure. But that's also, we still have that group chat.
Yeah.
But it could also be a future ITAPS community event, because I think there are more people interested, but maybe not all of them have the time and resources to attend the course, but are interested in a rather spontaneous event.
Kind of a club.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So I could make a draft of an idea.
Maybe you can bounce around a few ideas in the next couple of weeks and just post them in the WhatsApp group and see how we respond to it. Is that an idea?
Yeah, that would be great.
Yeah. Okay.
But I can understand, because now people have holiday plans and etc. So
yes, we do. At least I do.
Yeah.
Marcel is untouchable during the weekend.
Yeah.
Yes, I have the capacity of completely disappearing from the face of the earth. You will not find me. But Anastasia, I think we need to round off.
Yeah.
So thank you very much for your very engaged participation, all of you, all four of you. I thought that was really fantastic, and together we have created something great, I believe. We are actually thinking about expanding this beyond ITAPS, so we're not confined to ITAPS. So if you were to speak at any particular moment to a colleague or a mentor teacher or whatever that's also potentially interested in philosophy, please spread the word. And as said, Anastasia and I will come back to you in a couple of months just to see how this landed with you and whether you've done something with it, either in practice or in a new job maybe, or maybe during your master's course or whatever you will do, or in the 4th year, maybe you will spin a thesis topic out of this, who knows.
Yeah.
For me, that was it. Thank you very much.
Yeah, I enjoyed it very much. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you to a little
everyone.
Yeah, we can clap.
Applause.
Congrats. Yeah.
Yeah, I just say thank you for taking the time to do this whole course. Yeah.
It was really a pleasure.
Yeah, it sparked a lot of interest and enthusiasm.
Sure.
Okay.
The best thing you can do is to apply it. Yeah.
Yeah.
To make it like a virus, but in a good sense. Yeah.
Yes.
To involve other people to do it. Yeah. To feel the
Yeah.
mood and to implement it as well. So
Yes, and I'm sure in international schools there's many possible entries that you can find. Well, we talked about that last week.
Mhm.
like growing a gigantic tree through the earth. Yeah. So
That's a nice metaphor.
yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
We'll speak to each other later,
Yeah, we will.
Anastasia, and I'm almost certain that I'm going to see you very soon, Nina, Bernard, Carmen, and Mastran in person at some
Yeah,
point.
I wish you a
Yes.
happy summer.
Yes, I'll be
Yeah.
on campus this
You
week
too.
a couple of times.
Likewise.
Right. Enjoy the summer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
enjoy.
Likewise.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye bye.